Howdy, Compelled Unbeliever here. Today we're going to talk about the Christian concept of free will.
It just got real.
Oh, wow.
There are many things that are attributed to the Bible that aren't actually in the Bible. Most Christians believe that God is omniscient, that is all-knowing, and omnipotent, that is all-powerful. They also hold the position that we are given free will by said God. Even if we try to change our minds to trick God or to trick destiny to do something that we wouldn't actually normally do, God will already know that future and know that we will do that, and thus we still are in the same problem of not having free will because God already knows what we are going to do. Therefore, we can't change or that. That being said, then we have a preset destiny which is unchangeable, determined by God, and thus we couldn't have free will. Now, some authors in the Bible make it very clear to us that God exercised mind control. An example of this is when he hardened Pharaoh's heart on purpose so that Pharaoh would not let God's people go. There is not one passage in the Bible that definitively defines free will. In fact, it doesn't even touch on the concept of free will. Free will is a modern concept projected onto or into the Bible. The definition, according to Merriam-Webster, of free will is the freedom to make choices that are not determined by prior causes or divine intervention. The problem with an omnipotent, omniscient God is that it is mutually exclusive to the concept of free will. An all-knowing, all-powerful God and the concept of free will cannot coexist in Christian theology. It has to be one way or the other. Even if we dismiss the notion of an all-powerful, all-knowing God, the Bible makes it very clear, such as in the stories of Pharaoh, Jonah, where God has Jonah swallowed by a great fish to get him to go where he wants him to go. Man's free will is not important to God. There is not one passage that says anything about God having any inclination to think that free will is important to man. But it does show that he does interrupt or bypass man's free will to do whatever he wants to. Even if we dismiss everything that I've discussed here outside of the context of the Christian understanding of free will, let's just say for the sake of argument that it did exist, that free will does exist. Even if that was the case, it would not indicate that it was a God-given thing. Just like fear or love. There's nothing to prove that that is a God-given thing in the first place. So the entire argument of free will is just a horrible, horrible argument to make to any atheist because, frankly, it doesn't have anything to do with, I do not believe in your God. This is Compelled Unbeliever. I no longer believe there is a God.